What's up, guys? Chase all over 68 here, bringing you my UFC 154 recap slash results for tonight's show. GSP versus Condit. Crazy ass card. Well, not crazy ass card, crazy ass main event. But let's just dive into the card. So the first fight we get Pablo Garza versus Mark Hominick in a featherweight battle. You know, both these guys, they needed a win pretty much. You know, they've been slugging in the featherweight division. Of course, most people know Mark Hominick more than Pablo Garza. Mark Hominick was the one who fought Jose Aldo, and people remember him with the hematoma. So he has the crowd favorites behind him. He has like people that watch at home saying, "Yeah, I fucking like this guy. This guy's a boss." And Pablo Garza, he's the scarecrow, and nothing really too impressive about him. But the first round, was very interesting. A lot of different mixed martial arts going on in there. A lot of wrestling, a lot of striking. It was a really good first round. I was like, wow, this fight's gonna be good. But then afterwards, Pablo Garza said, fuck this shit. I ain't gonna stand with this guy anymore. This guy hurts. He hit me in the body. That shit hurt. And so Pablo Garza took it upon himself, used strategy over brute force, just kept taking him down, grinding him to the finish, and Pablo Garza won by unanimous decision. And I was just like, okay, yeah, it's not an impressive victory for Pablo Garza. Mark Hominick shows that he still has weaknesses in his game that he needs to improve. And that's pretty much it that I have to say about this fight. Next up is Rafael Dos Anjos versus Mark Bocek in the lightweight division. You know, this fight, I thought it was going to be, kind of, not one-sided, but I thought it was going to be closer. I thought, each person would get one round apiece, and it would go down to the third round. It wouldn't be one of those crazy-ass fights where they're swinging their fists. It would be more technical, but it was kind of the opposite. It was Rafael Dos Anjos just showing off whatever skills he has and just kicking ass. He just kicked ass, and it was just an awesome fight. I thought it wasn't like super amazing, but it was an awesome fight for Rafael Dos Anjos to show his skills. I mean, he just destroyed Bocek. I mean, Bocek looked like utter shit compared to Rafael Dos Anjos. I mean, he did an awesome job in this fight. Really liked how Rafael Dos Anjos looked. Rafael Dos Anjos, to me, good job on the fight. Mark Bocek, I don't even know what's up with your career, man. I think your career is over. It's over. It's really over. I don't know what else is for Mark Bocek, but Rafael Dos Anjos clearly won this fight. Now we get to this fight. Francis Cormier versus Tom Lawler in a middleweight battle. Francis Cormier, interesting prospect for the UFC at the age of 31. He's from Montreal. Everyone's like, yeah, Francis Cormier. And then Tom Lawler, he's an American, so they're like, boo, and the fight was very back and forth. It wasn't like anything like, oh my God, I gotta watch this, but it was very back and forth. It was very, I wouldn't say entertaining back and forth, kind of like messy, sloppy back and forth. And really, to be honest, it was like weird. Like Tom Lawler looked like he was like at least winning the fight. I mean, he didn't win every round, but he won 2 out of the 3 rounds. I mean, he looked like he was winning the fight. So then we get to the judge's decision. It's a split decision. 29-28 going to Lawler. 29-28 going to Kampmann. And then finally, 29-28 to Kampmann. And I'm like, what? Where were these guys grading? And so some people were saying that, oh, because Lawler had a submission and he was on his back the whole time, and so that meant Kampmann, he was on top and he was just laying there on top, so he got more points. Some people are debating that it doesn't matter about the position as long as you got the submission going, that you should get some points for that, even if you're on your back. And I don't know what to think about this. I personally thought Tom Lawler should have won this fight. Especially in like the second round where he got the guillotine. No, was it the first or second round? I can't remember because this fight was just blurred in with all the other stuff I was watching tonight. But I just think it was stupid that Lawler lost this fight just because he was on his back doing a guillotine. I mean, that's just, I've never heard of that. I mean, the last time I've seen a fighter, and it's not like it's impossible for a fighter to win off their back. Remember Boss Rutan back in the day against Kevin Randleman? He won on his back. He won on his back. He didn't win standing up. Boss Rutan run on his back against Randleman. So that's how he became UFC heavyweight champion. I don't know what was going on, but I think Tom Lawler should have won that fight. Montreal was booing it. I was kind of confused during it. Tell me what you guys thought about that fight, because I thought Lawler won, mainly because he had the submission locked in and Kampmann was just kind of laying there. Another point with the whole submission thing, Well, maybe it isn't because John Pitch won the fight, but whatever. Moving on forward. Up next, we got a welterweight battle between Martin the Hitman Kampmann and Johnny Big Rig Hendricks. What a beautiful name, Johnny Big Rig Hendricks. So one of my Twitter followers, at TeddyLivein93, he sent me a Twitter thing. He was like, at Chase68. And I read this before I was watching the fight. I was at my computer watching the fight, via stream. Oh no. But he sent me this before during the announcements. He was like, if Kampmann leaves his chin out, as he so often does, he'll get finished by Hendricks. So I was like, oh, that's an interesting thing. Literally click on the thing, they go to the middle, and then Johnny Hendricks like, boom! Right hand just knocks the fuck out of Martin Kampmann. Now, this knockout wasn't as nasty as Kun Lee's knockout to Rich Franklin. No, no, no. If you haven't seen Kun Lee's knockout to Rich Franklin, go watch that shit. Kun Lee literally knocked the shit out of Rich Franklin. But this knockout was pretty quick. It was fast. It was like, you literally, this fight went like 40 seconds. It didn't even go long. It was just like, what the fuck? And then Johnny Hendricks is like, oh, get me a welterweight title shot. And he might get a welterweight title shot. He might. I mean, do I think he stands a chance against whoever the welterweight champion was going to be? A little bit. Not a big chance. Because when you're at the main event level, it's more than just, okay, I can get a big punch in. It's more of technical aspects, technical type of work, which led to the main event between GSP and Carlos Condit. Now, no doubt, GSP, Carlos Condit. Carlos Condit, no matter who it was that won back in February between Condit and Nick Diaz, whoever fought GSP at this time was going to be George's biggest test. No matter who it was going to be the biggest test for St-Pierre this year. It was. But the one thing was, most fans, and I'm not saying I'm one of those fans, but most fans outside, if you're not like a Condit fan, if you're not like a GSP fan, if you just like, you're not like overall like big on a lot of fights, you just want to see those big, huge, mega fights that happen once in a lifetime. Most fans weren't really thinking about Carlos Condit. They were thinking about Anderson Silva and GSP. So a lot of fans really had it where they just kind of felt that GSP was going to win this fight. And then me personally, I'm like, nah, dude, GSP is not going to totally, win this fight completely. I mean, this fight's going to be crazy for GSP. It's going to be a tough fight for Georges St-Pierre. And the first 2 rounds, GSP just murdered Condit. He made Condit his bitch. He literally did. The first 2 rounds, I was like, holy shit, GSP looks big. He looks dominant. He's looking tough. I mean, shit, dude, he's actually standing with Condit. I mean, the old GSP would have been like, oh, no standing for you. No, I'm not going to throw some jabs. I'm going to take you down and like right away. No, GSP took him down when he needed him to take down. That's good. That's good. And the thing is, GSP's like, what, 29 years old, so it's good to see that he's still improving on his striking so much more. I mean, he could become a better striker than Anderson Silva in the near future. Because, okay, guys, Anderson Silva's like 36 years old. He's been mastering his craft for fucking ever, while GSP is 29. I mean, he has time. It's not like it's impossible. But besides the point, GSP just looked really good the first 2 rounds. I mean, he got a nasty cut on Condit, but Condit also repaid the favor. GSP got a cut under his cheek right here, under his eyelid right here. Condit's cut, I thought the fight could have been stopped at any minute because that cut was like right here. It was like right here on the eyelid. I was like, oh, that was just nasty. At first, I thought it was like up here in the forehead area. No, it was like right there. That was just nasty. So, 3rd round hits, GSP and Condit are like, yeah, let's go. And then Condit just goes, boom! Huge head kick. And I literally thought, oh shit, this fight's over. Because once Condit starts swarming, it is over. Then he's called the natural born killer for a reason. Goes on top of him. And normally this is the point where some fans, some fans' problems with GSP, not all, I said some for a reason, is that he tends to, give up sometimes. He doesn't really finish, like, if he knows he's getting finished, he just gives up. But this GSP, he wasn't giving up. He wasn't giving up. GSP got back up. He managed to survive. He just said, fuck it, I'm going for the safe takedown. Smart maneuver by GSP there. Why the fuck would you want to strike with him? You're still probably loopy. You want to make sure that you can take him down. You want to make sure that you can get your senses back together. So GSP does that and starts pounding on Condit. And that round was very entertaining. It was the round of the year for me. That round was just fucking sick. That really showed me this was going to be a great fight. Round 4, that fight was just... Round 4, pretty much like the same thing of round 1. It was like kind of like GSP just dominating that, kind of getting some good punches and kicks in there. And then afterwards, GSP went back to, yeah, I'm just doing this, man. Just doing this. Don't worry about me. And then round 5, GSP said, all right, I already won this fight. Better just do old school GSP. I know these fans missed this. And he just got on Condit, said, fuck this. When's the clock going down? And during the whole time, the commentators, they just had a little mini box that they showed Anderson Silva just watching. Anderson Silva was like, okay. Like, he was just sitting there. And then they were like, oh my God, we get to see GSP Anderson Silva. Dana White's, his ears were going big. Money signs through his eyes. He was going to be like, I'm going to be the richest motherfucker in the world. Like, Dana White was going wild probably for this part. Like, we all know Dana White. Dana White, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind if Carlos Condit would have won. But you know for a fucking fact that he would have. He's probably so much happier GSP won. Until he heard GSP's post-fight interview. So GSP won by majority decision. No surprise there. Carlos Condit did put up a good effort. I mean, I'd say this is the fight of the year. This fight was crazy. This fight is better than like Frankie Edgar and Benson Henderson 1, not 2. 2 was kind of meh. That was my fight of the year. Frankie Edgar and Benson Henderson 1 from like January. Holy shit, we haven't had a good fight since January. I'm pretty sure there's a fight that I'm forgetting. Maybe like Guida versus Henderson or like something like that most people are going to probably comment down below. But Frankie Edgar versus Benson Henderson was my fight of the year, and that was like in January. So I was like, when are we going to get a fight that will match us? This fight matched it, has all forms of mixed martial arts they're looking for, has the heart of a champion being shown, heart of a challenger being shown, just overall an entertaining fight. Definitely check out this fight from this card. This is like one of the, and also if you like quick knockouts, check out Johnny Hendricks' fight. But GSP in the post-fight interview, you know, they were hyping up the Anderson Silva thing. Anderson Silva was standing up almost like he was going to go to the octagon. And GSP said, yeah. GSP kind of just said this. He's like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm ready. Like, I don't know yet. I'm going to go on a long vacation, think of what's best for my career. And then Anderson Silva was like, oh, yeah, I'm sitting back down. Fuck this shit. And then he just sat back down. And so we're going to be waiting on Georgia St-Pierre just to see if he wants to fight Anderson Silva. And not surprised if GSP doesn't want to fight Silva. So I guess fans are now going to be either clamoring for Silva, GSP, or Silva versus John Jones. And I'm definitely going to be doing a video later in the week talking about who would win in a potential matchup between both of those dream fights. So definitely check that out if you love MMA. But otherwise, UFC 154, it was just an overall solid. It was just overall decent. You know, there's only 2 fights worth checking out. If you're a big Rafael dos Anjos fan and you like seeing up-and-comers in the lightweight division, definitely check that one out too. But other than that, it was just an okay show. But anyways, I'm out of here. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. YouTube.com/CO Live Videos, my second channel. Olive Tree Podcast, the podcast channel with Justin from the Tree of Woe Show. Make sure to check out my boy at TeddyLevin23. Wait, did I say that Twitter name right? I don't have it up on my screen. Let me check if I said it right. 93. TeddyLevin93. My bad. Teddy, I hope you forgive me. But anyways, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed UFC 154. Do you agree that GSP versus Condit is fight of the year? I'm out. Peace!